I'm done with that. Tried it, freaked out. I can't do that. Debian, great, love it. Not running it as a secondary OS, but I am running it in a VirtualBox, and I'm happy with that. I'm happy with using Ubuntu. Debian, because it does run very quickly. You know, it fallbacks to GNOME 2's classic look, so it didn't matter to me. It's just, hey, I'm happy to run this in VirtualBox. I'm perfectly happy with that. Now let's get to Linux Mint. The newest version of Linux Mint just came out recently. And I know, because I've used Linux Mint, it was probably about a year or two ago, 14 blah blah blah, and I was very happy with it. Then people, because I never used Mint when it first came out, but everybody was saying, Linux Mint. This is before Ubuntu got screwed up, right? Before they went with Unity, everybody's like, Linux Mint is nothing but a Ubuntu. It's Ubuntu with a different look and feel. I guess that was a valid argument back then, and even 14 or whatever. But it's like some of the videos I saw on YouTube about talking about Linux shows or whatever, or little blogs. It does feel like its own distribution now. It does. They're unifying things. Certain things feel right. And one of the reasons why I went with Linux Mint is because it's just, I don't know, I like it. And it feels like a desktop OS. It's a desktop. The screen back there isn't touch. Maybe one day I'll have a touch and my arm will get tired of doing this on a desktop gaming rig. And my rig isn't the fanciest. It's not. But it plays the games, and I'm happy for it. Building a new system in the fall, that's great. Get a much bigger monitor, but I don't need touch yet. And I know that the next computer I'm going to build in the fall will probably likely be the last desktop that I build, or will be close to it. The whole thing is, it's modern. This is what the desktop should have been like before Windows 8. This is basically, it's like one of those Linux shows. I just watched some Linux show reviewing. It's what the desktop would have been if Microsoft or Apple or whoever, if Ubuntu, the guys at Chronicle, did what they should have done and involved the desktop and separated the touch, or made touch all in. This is a touch device, only a touch device, no desktop. And it feels modern, and it's not just for, what I say is, it's modern not because of modern's sake. And that's what Windows 8 is, that's what Unity is. It's the sake of just being modern. This is the way the modern OS is going to look. This is the modern desktop look. This is the touch. We got to do it a touch. We got to have full screen applications. We have to be modern for the sake of being modern. And it's like, yay, this is Linux Mint with Mate and Cinnamon, and it's modern, not for the sake of being modern. And it's like, yay, this I enjoy. Don't enjoy Ubuntu's Unity desktop. And yeah, I know, I guess, but when they first came out with Unity, GNOME 3 wasn't for Ubuntu, and you had to type in the package stuff and repositories, and it didn't feel right to me then, mostly because it's Ubuntu and it wasn't an official thing, but you had to do a couple workarounds with it. But I am happy with Cinnamon or Mate, both. And I'm going to probably get somebody's used computer later on, and I'm just going to put Mate on there, or I'm going to put some lightweight desktop on there, and perfectly happy. Almost forgot. Enlightenment. I haven't used Enlightenment desktop in 8-10 years, or whatever was the last time. Damn, man. Enlightenment brought back some joy. Back in the days when I started getting into Linux in the early 2000s, 2001, they were still on the transition between kernel 2.2 and kernel 2.4, and it brought back some memories of learning Linux and learning what all this stuff is. It was like, whoa, it's Enlightenment with a modern shit, and can do the wobbly windows and stuff. it was actually neat to go back and see an updated version. And I don't know how long 17 or whatever that is called has been out, because I was like, hey, a Lightman desktop. I added, evidently the last time I had the 4.14 meant it was in the repositories, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna try the newest version, or at least the updated version. And I was like, hey, this is cool, you know, this like brings back memories of fucking with all the desktops and all the desktop managers, and it really felt like the nostalgia of first learning Linux in Unix operating systems. And it was kind of cool to see, hey, look, this is an updated version. It's not just black box updated. They actually pushed black box into the 21st century instead of looking like a lightweight desktop. And yeah, it's got transparency and all that. Or Flexbox, which I like Flexbox better. And to end this, because it's probably way too long, also Arch Linux. I'm going to get into Arch Linux again. It would be nice to just fuck around with command line fully and then start from scratch and get all this GUI stuff running and get X running, X window, and it's like, okay, I knew this. It's been a long, long time. Maybe I can recompile the kernel, which I haven't done in so damn long. And, you know, Linux is my secondary OS. And, you know, I'm running Windows because of the video games and Steam. And it's like I commented on my Facebook as I was going to do this review. I hope to God, Steam, and I haven't messed with it yet. That's because I had an old account which had like 6 games, and I couldn't get back into it, and you have to print out or tape. You have to take a picture of the code and the serial code, and it's like, just make a new account. I can't wait until, hopefully in the next 2 to 3 years, or whatever it is, the people at Valve are like, hey, we got 90% of our games working in Linux. And I'm going to be so happy. When Steam is fully cooked, and when the bugs are taken out, and they figure out a workaround with the DirectX thing, or the OpenGL, whatever the hell it is, I'm going to be so happy. Because then I can finally ditch Microsoft Windows. I can finally ditch Microsoft Windows and say, hey, I run Linux not just to geek out and do all sorts of shit or browse the web, but to play games, like modern games, like AAA titles. I want that so badly. I want it so badly to happen, and I hope Valve does it. That's it. That's all I gotta say. I don't know, it's been around 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. That's all I gotta say about the subject. You know, give, Linux great, Windows for the games.